Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see this nice turnout this morning, and I'm glad to see my good friend, brother, union member Robert Butler back there, and his wife, lovely wife. They're still on their honeymoon. I hope you have a happy week. I've been in the Democratic Party all my life. Been able to vote for 61 years. I think it's 61. I've been a union member for 63 years. And let me just tell you, the Democratic Party basically has had 90% of the labor unions in this country that have been Democrats over the years. We have brought along a lot of people, a lot of issues for other people. And I'm glad to see that the minimum wage has been increased after 10 years by this new Democratic Now we got to override a veto, and unless Bush can get a big tax cut, he says he's going to veto at minimum wage. But he hasn't vetoed the increase for the Congress people up there that raise their own salaries. You know, they get theirs. But let me just tell you, for one moment, I'm glad to see all the new people here. But nobody has ever had to question what I stand for. All you got to do is see some of the buttons that I wear. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Georgia fan. I support issues that concern all people. I belong to the Young Democrats. I belong to the Cobb Democratic Women. I belong to NAACP, and I'm going to be over Monday at the Civic Center. I would be downtown at the King Parade, but I just don't think I can walk that far as young as I am. But anyway, just let me tell you, we passed a resolution not to recognize Zell Miller as a Democrat at our last business meeting. It was unanimous. I plan to submit a resolution at the State Democratic Party on the 27th that we do not recognize Zell Miller as a Democrat in the state of Georgia, and I hope that we get support to pass it. Well, let me just tell you, some people says, look, why give him a publicity? Well, who in the hell's giving him a publicity but the Republican Party? He was over at the Republican function that they had at the same time that Tommy Irwin had his wild hog dinner there, took away from there, and Zell was over there, and he got a standing ovation from the Republicans at that function. Now, I don't know how you give somebody credence and support when he's out here making a mockery, not only for us in Georgia, but all over this country. I know people probably in 50 of the states, of the United States, that have been in union meetings and functions that we've had. And it's a mockery when somebody in all these states know that Zell Miller was a Democrat all his life and lived off the Democratic Party, and now he is going to every Republican function, and they welcome him, they support him, they give him money, and I think it's time. We can't kick him out of the party. I wish the hell we could kick him out of the United States. But we can certainly pass a resolution not to recognize him as a Democrat. Not to recognize him as one. And I hope to get support there. I intend to do that. I got a button here that says go to hell, Zell, and that's exactly what I mean. I don't pull no punches. None whatsoever. Let me just say one thing to you. You know, communist China, we owe them I don't know how much money. Look what they're doing to this country. They're bringing automobiles in here. They've got some new cars that are coming in here that's going to be selling for $8,000 and $9,000. They're will hit the West Coast very soon. Toyota's coming out with, they're the largest company in the world now. They're bigger than General Motors, they're bigger than Ford. And they're a Japanese country. The money goes back to Japan. I'm tired of supporting people that don't support what we believe in, or what we believe in as a party, as a country. Why let other countries take over and control us when we say we're going to fight terrorism? All they have to do is take over our markets and take over our businesses, and they don't have to send the terrorists over here. They take away all the support that we have. We don't have any support, and I don't recognize Bush as my president. I certainly don't. I don't like what he's doing. I don't like what he's done. But anyway, David, you know, I'm not a preacher, but I talk a long time because I want to see young people get involved and get enthused. I want to see us old people get involved, because Medicare and all the other benefits that we enjoy can be taken away from us, are being taken away from us. I say 50 years ago, we formed the AFL-CIO merger in the state of Georgia, and this year, got Secretary Treasurer Charlie Key here. Charlie will be recognized as celebrating 50 years this year. I was at the first one. I plan on being there this time, and I tell you what, I plan on going to Denver in 2008. I'm going to be a candidate for our election as a delegate to that convention. Glad to be here. Thanks, everybody.